Welcome to the Poets Cafe. It is where artists come alive. The spoken word brings forth the inner creation of hidden treasures, expressing tones of lyrics felt within the soul, a vibration that rings stories untold. This platform represents artists of all backgrounds, via writers, singers, spoken word, artistic expression, and painting, literature, poetry, and a journey through life. Mystery seeks to bring new ideas and opportunities through the mind at all levels. Wherefore my time leaving tomorrow on the wings of yesterday, where birds fly higher than the mystery of dreams never knew. Why do mellow sounds ring silently without ever leaving the memories of my lonely blues? We walk by the calls of nature and sing in harmony while praying for the love of the skies and dancing with the stars like a feminine ballerina gazing across the stage in her soft-toe ballerina shoes. Welcome to Artists of Poetry Cafe, Poetically Speaking, hosted by yours truly, Terry Benjamin and Ronald C. McCrae. As delighted as we are, we can't wait to engulf a new wave of presenting this platform to our audience. So sit back and enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. Now, let's get started. As you see here, I'm by myself, but I'm not really by myself. Ron will not be with me tonight. He's a little under the weather, but we will carry on in spite of it. But like I said, I'm not alone because I have my engineer, Jeff, here today, and I have you, my very important people. And before I begin the program, I want to make sure I take care of my VIPs. I want to bring you over to the VIP lounge. And who do we have in the lounge today? Well, we have quite a few people. But let's get through with these people. Let them know that we appreciate you for appreciating this program. And we thank you for listening and also telling other people about the program. And so here we go. In the VIP lounge tonight, Jane Small, Benjamin Thomas, Dina Robinson, Valerie Davis Porter, Sharon Gaines, Elliot Hale, Kelly Stewart, Deborah Dozier, Abby Imayu Ashodi, Laura Flashberg, Pat Hughes, Chanel Gilmore, Katrina Madison, Elder Leroy Shoulders Jr., Kentu Masaba, Reverend Clyde Dunning, Sylvia Carter, Wright Gardner, Tara Branch, Harry Mars, Charles N. Carter, Sharon Jones Casey, Audrey Bell Kearney, Neil Josie, Raymond DeVoe, and just checking in here, Laretha Foster Bram. She says, "You have God. You are never alone." Thank you for that. Yes, God is on my side. I always say that God looks out for fools and babies, and I know I'm not a baby. But again, welcome. We glad to see you. Glad that you're out there. This year is rapidly coming to an end. And as a matter of fact, I think we have maybe one or two more shows before the new year because we're going to definitely take off for the Christmas day and also for New Year's Day. So we only have maybe one or two programs left. But again, we're going to go out with a bang, so we're going to give you some special information. But today is very special because I'm here and you're out there. And Ron, get well, brother. I need you. But we won't forget you. So today's agenda is living my life like it's golden. Living my life like it's golden because it is. Because it is. And I'll get into it a little more as we go through the program. But living your life like it's golden, living your life like it's important. And the most important thing is you. And the more important thing is for you to take care of yourself. Because no one can take care of you better than you can take care of yourself. The quote of the day is, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams and act on them every day." passionately striving for success and empowerment. And that's from Eleanor Roosevelt, a former First Lady. But the key is success and empowerment and believing in the beauty of your dreams, because it's never too old to have a new dream. It's never too old to fulfill the thing that you want to fulfill in your life. You know, sometimes people, I'm too old for this, I'm too old for that. No, you're never too old to dream a new dream. And you're never too old to follow your dreams, because God will give you the strength and health that you need to do that. And so we had today's agenda. We have the quote of the day. And now, believe it or not, we have Ron's poetry. Yes. Yeah, Ron is not here with me today, but he did leave some of his poetry. And I'm so happy that he did that, because I love reading Ron's poetry, because the brother is very talented. And I like to read his poetry because I find a rhythm in his poetry. And, you know, for me, man, I think poetry and music is all the same. So if you're talking about music, you're talking about poetry. To me, you're talking about the same thing. And so I like to begin, and I like to sort of bless this house with a poem from Ron's first book. It's called We See Colors. And I want to go into this book, and I want to go to page 78, and I want to bless this house, this house of poetry, this poetry cafe that we call Poetically Speaking. And the title of this poem is House of Poetry. And it reads, in a chocolate mocha latte cream moment, poetry comes alive, seeking the quiet noise as each swallow rolls down your throat, reminiscing each flavor as it smooths its way to comfort the mind, comfort the soul, while writing a song without music or lyrics, without any rhythm or rhyme. Writing my thoughts on a page where space seems empty and only the image caught my attention. While peeping behind the closed thoughts, I try to muffle my way to some sense of understanding as to what I was writing about. Silence came on me like howling winds amid a complex moment. The expression on my face screamed at me, wake up from this daze, as everyone around me stared, and a loud voice inside my head yelled, why? I'm only asleep. It was my name they were calling. I heard a marching band coming from the street when I turned around and saw clowns looking at me laughing. My emotion twisted my attitude to a subtle state, reminding me it's not about the blues, but the words are wrong. The words I use to frame my thoughts is the reason why I cannot write my own song. And that's House of Blues by my brother Ronald C. McCrae, and it's from his book, We See Colors, The Organic Flavors of Life. Is poems by Ronald C. McCrae. I want to continue with Ron's poetry, and I want to go into this book here, and this is called The Archaeological Cafe, where poetry comes alive, unearthing hidden treasure deep within you. And in this book, I like to go to page 35. On page 35, the title of this poem is Quietness in the Morning Sound. Quietness in the morning sound. And it reads, quietness in the morning sounds, listening to God's voice speak softly, calling us out of a sleep. God's presence is near. We call on him at times and we are not aware as to why when our despair moments rise. Romans 8:24 says the Holy Spirit makes intercession long before our situation occurs, regardless of how we feel, think, or just a moment to know what God wants us to do. Our assignment has already been delivered. Walking softly lets us listen to the sounds of the inner soul, feeling a warmth so unimaginable it causes a challenge to the very voice of human nature that challenges our faith. It's easy to call God when pain, stress, aggravation, depression, worries, so on and so on haunts the mind. But listening takes another beat to the marching band when no physical sounds are disturbed, only silence. Only a chalice whispering wrap around brings comfort before any obliteration, while construction rebuilds his kingdom inside the membrane of DNA. Who are you and what's your purpose under the stars of heaven? So why cry rather than listen to the voice of joy that as we know it cometh in the morning? Joy is that unspeakable joy, unexplainable feeling when we just need a reviving of faith. Believers are supposed to have a rejuvenating moment, replenishing the inner spirit every morning. Thus, this is how we know we are born again. So just listen to the footsteps of God's presence. It is a clear distinction to his walking so elegantly stern and powerful with his presence. Feel the earth shake and the soil move aside, clearing a path to receive the litany from his scroll of instruction. This quietness in the morning sound. And that's from our brother, Ron McCrae. And the last poem I'd like to read is from the same book. And I want to go to page 38, and it has sort of a musical sound and a musical background. And the name of this poem is Keyboard Footsteps. Fingertips walk across the bass of a piano, tiptoeing the rhythm of a lifestyle that brings solace to the senses. The mind is cradled into a state of magical consciousness within the awareness of distractions that blare the eyes to see myself in a place of peace through the doorway of time. Candlelit sounds soothe the membrane of my soul. Keyboard footsteps give a feeling like a child in the land of make-believe we dream. Heart-ratcheting soul searching for love and romance. One can feel the aroma of a sensational, inspiring day. The art of walking across the keyboard footsteps keeps me sane without the imbalance of losing my mind to idleness. And a smile blossom my memories, questioning my state of being in those footsteps that dance on the emotional carving that brought me to this place called Keyboard Footsteps Cafe. How did I get here? When looking outside of my frame window as the winter blues caught my vision, staring into space as the rhythm vibes poised, losing my composure. I sought to follow these that lead me here at the cafe. And again, that's entitled Keyboard Footsteps. Sister Queen Ruby Shivers checked in. She says, "Carry on, my brother. I was in the same position Monday, alone." As the song says, alone again, naturally, but not alone. All right, because I have my engineer Jeff here, and I have you out there, my VIPs, you know, and I have Aretha, and I have Ruben. And I know Ron is watching. I know he is, you know, and so I have him as well. But again, you know, we're never alone because we do have we have the Most High. But again, this is special for me because I get a chance to spend time with you and share things with you and let you know what I'm doing, what I'm about. We have a segment in the program we call Mind, Body, and Books. And during that time, I usually pull some books from my own personal library, let you know what I'm reading, and maybe I might give out a title that you might enjoy, that you might like to read. And so what I did is that before I came to the studio, I just took all the books off my nightstand. And I'm calling this Mind, Body, and Books Expanded Edition from the nightstand. And so these are some books that I have on my nightstand. Now, do I have any like real readers out there? When I say real readers, I'm saying people who are constantly in a book. And a real reader is constantly in books, which I mean is that if you're a real reader, you have maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 different books going at the same time. You might have a book in the bedroom and have a book in the living room and have a book in the kitchen, and you just might have a book that you travel with. And so I just want to, these are some things I have on my nightstand. One of the books I'm reading, I might have told you about this before, is a book called Friends and Lovers by Eric Jerome Dickey. Now, this was written some time ago. As a matter of fact, this was actually written and published in 1997. But I'm reading again because I watched they have a movie presentation of this book. And I wasn't too happy about the movie based on this book by Eric Jerome Dickey. So I had to read the book again. And as I read it again, I fell in love with the book all over again. I fell in love with the author, who is now deceased. But again, sometimes not all books need to be made into movies, okay? But again, this is Friends and Lovers by Eric Jerome Dickey. Laretha Foster Bram says, I am a selective reader. I can understand that. I'm very selective too. You know, I like to read books by black authors, and I like to read books in the first person. Another book from my nightstand is entitled It's Not All Downhill From Here. It's a novel by Terry McMillan. And I like Terry McMillan's books, especially right now, because she's writing about older people. Again, this book here is about, it's so funny, this book is about a woman named Laretha Curry. It says here, Laretha Curry's life is full, a little crowded sometimes, but full indeed. On the eve of her 68th birthday, she has a booming beauty supply empire, a gaggle of lifelong friends, and a husband whose moves still surprise. True, she's carrying a few more pounds than she should be, but Laretha is not a woman who thinks her best days are behind her. And she's determined to prove wrong her mother, her own twin sister, and everyone else with that outdated view of aging. It's not all downhill from here. But when an unexpected loss turns her world upside down, Laretha will have to summon all her strength, resourcefulness, and determination to keep on thriving, pursue joy, heal old wounds, and chart new paths, with a little help from her friends, of course. And the lead character of this book, the main character, is 68 years old. And so again, you know, it's sad because a lot of times we don't have books that we can enjoy about older people. Sheila Brown Bird, she says, good evening, Brother Benjamin. Good evening to you, Sheila. And Laretha says that she loves Terry McMillan. It's so funny that the main character in this book is Laretha. So you got to read this book, because this book is about you. I know you're not 68. I know you're much younger than that. And this book, this is one of my oldies but goodies here. It's entitled We Beat the Street, How a Friendship Pact Led to Success, and by the three doctors, Dr. Sampson Davis, Dr. George Jenkins, and Dr. Ramik Hunt. And the thing about this book and the thing about this story is that these three men got together and studied to become doctors, and they actually became doctors. And this is from 2005. But it's a book that I still find very inspirational, that you have three young men who decided they wanted to become doctors, and they stayed together, and they did that. And it says here, I think we could all do this, the three of us together. For Doctors Sampson Davis, Ramik Hunt, and George Jenkins, growing up in street-tough Newark, New Jersey, was not an easy experience. They were all smart. They all had loving families, but every day they had to struggle against peer pressure, gang violence, rampant drug use, and the challenges of being young and black. Then one day, while trying to skip class to shoot hoops, the boys found themselves listening to a special presentation about the Seton Hall University Pre-Medical Pre-Dental Plus program. For the first time ever, the three friends believed that they might really have an opportunity to make their dreams come true. Then and there, they made a pact to apply to the program, and if they were accepted, to attend and graduate together. And that's just what they did. Uplifting and inspiring, the true story about three friends came together and encouraged one another to achieve great success will speak to young readers everywhere. Okay, they have an adult version of this book, but this is the young adult version for young readers. Laretha, she says, LOL. She said, I am 69 and looking forward to turning 70 soon. and you keep at it, and you will. And I would say, when you become 70, join the club. The next book is called Baba and the Crew, a true story of a single black father's journey to redemption. And this is by brother Bill Davis Jr., okay? And as a matter of fact, I had the opportunity to interview him on several podcasts. And again, a very inspiring book about how he raised his children in an Afrocentric way, Baba and the Crew. That book is sort of related to this book here. Is entitled Larry Ham, A Life in the Struggle. And this is by Larry Ham as told to Annette Austin. And again, Larry Ham is the founder of POP, People, what is that? Okay, POP. Okay, People Organized for Progress. And again, this is a very inspiring book and a very inspiring brother. So it's POP, People's Organization for Progress. And this is a book by Larry Ham, a local brother and someone really you should get to know, If not in person, well, get to know him through his particular book. The last two books that I want to share with you are relatively new. And the first book is sort of special because the author, Nick Stone, is usually known for writing books for young adults, but this time Nick Stone decided to write a book for adults. And the name of the book is Boomtown. And it says on the back here, Gone Girl meets P-Valley in Nick Stone's adult debut about two missing erotic dancers from Atlanta's most notorious gentlemen's club and the woman committed to finding them. Okay, so this is a mystery. It takes place in Atlanta, and it takes place within the strip club life, the strip club environment. Very compelling, very, very interesting, but definitely very adult, okay? This is not for the young readers that Nick Stone usually writes for, okay? Dina Robinson says, good evening, Terry Benjamin and Ronald McCrae. Thank you, Dina. Dina has been one of our day ones, man. She's been with us right from the beginning, and I thank you, Dina. Got a chance to meet her in person in one of our public events, and so, again, I appreciate that. And the last book from my bookshelf, my book stand, is entitled Between the Devil and the Deep Blue Sea. And this is a veteran's memoir by Khadija Queen. And Khadija Queen is very interesting because this is a book about her life in the Navy. She joined the Navy to try to better herself, try to get out of the poverty that she was born into. Very interesting book. And because it's a book by a poet, it's very lyrical, very compelling, and very descriptive. And I'm enjoying this book very, very much, to the point where I think I'm going to try to find some of the books of poetry that she's written. Also by Khadija Queen is some books, poetry, Non Sequitur. And this is from Litmus Press, 2015. Faithful Beloved by Argos Books, 2015. Black Peculiar, Nomi Press, 2011. And Conduit from Akashic Books, 2008. And again, this is her nonfiction debut, Between the Devil and the Deep Blue Sea, a veteran's memoir by Khadija Queen. And I'm enjoying this book very, very much. But like I said, but like hardcore readers, we read different books, 3 or 4 books at a time. We go back and forth and that kind of stuff. It depends on what moves us. And also, I like books, but I also like magazines. And so I always, especially if I'm traveling, going someplace, I like to have a magazine in my book bag. One of the magazines that I really enjoy is a magazine called Success. And this is the latest issue of Success magazine. And on the back of the book, they have a quotation by Tony Robbins, who is a life strategist, entrepreneur, and best-selling author. And Tony Robbins says, if you push through, you'll slay the dragons, the ones that are internal, and you'll come back the hero of your own life. And again, when we talk about living your life like it's golden, it is really slaying those dragons and moving forward. And the last book a magazine I'd like to share, this is Harper's Bazaar. I like this magazine because I like fashion and I like style. And this woman here, Cynthia Erivo, is a singer, is a Broadway performer, is a movie star. You know, she played Harry Tubman in the Harry Tubman story. And it says here, boundless Cynthia Erivo, I feel so fully myself right now. And this is from Harper's Bazaar. And so again, like I like to read books, I like to read magazines, I like to keep my mind on fire, I like to keep my mind engaged, you know, and I hope that you do the same. Because it seems like the older you get, you lose friends, you lose lovers, you lose husbands, you lose wives and whatnot, and you find your world getting smaller. But one way to break out of that smallness is to read, because the more you read, the more lives you have to live. And that's why I like reading books in the first person, because by doing that, I get to live other lives. And then when I write, especially when I'm writing my fiction, I like to write in the first person. The first person may be a man. The first person might be a woman. It doesn't matter. But again, I get into that character and I live that character's life. And so I'm saying, when you find your life getting small, expand it. Expand it through reading. Because we always say that we want you to develop the habit of literacy. And again, and what you do is every day, you do some reading, you do some writing, you do some talking, and you do some listening, and you do some viewing. As a matter of fact, in terms of viewing, today I actually sat down and I watched Spike Lee's movie, Highest to Lowest, with Denzel Washington and A$AP Rocky, who is a rapper who now is a very fine actor. Also in that film is Jeffrey Wright, another one of my favorite actors. And the film got a lot of mixed reviews. Some people didn't like it, but you know what? I believe that you should watch it and make your own judgment. I enjoyed it. My son enjoyed it very much. As a matter of fact, he's the one that turned me on to it. And I was with him, and I was watching it, and we had to go do some other things, and so I only got to watch half of the movie. So I rented it because I wanted to watch the other half. And I was glad that I did, because a lot of surprises, a lot of cinematic magic, a lot of Spike Lee cultural references, and I really enjoyed it. Because for me, I mean, I think when I watch a movie, I want to be transported. I want to go to another realm of existence. I want the movie to take me away, like a good book. If I'm sitting down with a good book, it's like meditation. And so again, Highest to Lowest, Spike Lee directed, and beautiful. It's an amazing soundtrack. You know, just the soundtrack is worth the price of admission. So again, check that out. As I continue, I want to this is a special edition of Music is Lit. We don't always do this because a lot of times we have guests and we have other things that we're doing, but I'd love to bring to you the whole concept of music as literature. And when I say music as lit, this is what I'm talking about. And I want to go back to today's agenda. Today's agenda is living my life like it's golden, because it is. Your life is golden. Your existence is golden. Your legacy is golden. You are golden. You are VIP. You're a very important person to this program and to me and Ron. And don't want you to forget that. So when you press like, when you subscribe, we appreciate that. We appreciate that. When you view, we appreciate it as well. So again, music is lit. In this session, I'm going to begin with a song called Golden. And this is by Jill Scott. And this is 2004. And I'm sure you heard this before, but did you really listen to it? So I read. I'm taking my freedom, pulling it off the shelf, putting it on my chain, wearing it around my neck. I'm taking my freedom, putting it in my car. Wherever I choose to go, it will take me far. I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 living my life like it's golden. I'm taking my own freedom, putting it in my song, singing it loud and strong, grooving all day long. I'm taking my freedom, putting it in my stroll. I'll be high stepping, y'all, letting the joy unfold. I'm living my life like it's golden, living my life like it's golden, living my life like it's golden, living like my life like it's golden, living my life like it's golden, golden. I'm holding on to my freedom. Can't take it from me. I was born into it. It comes naturally. I'm strumming my own freedom, playing the God in me, representing his glory. Hope he's proud of me. I'm living my life like it's golden. I'm living my life like it's golden. I'm living my life like it's golden. I'm living my life like it's golden, golden. I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 golden. I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 golden. And you live your life like it's golden. And that's Jill Scott from Philadelphia. Chanel Gilmore says, good evening, family. Good evening, Chanel. Again, we'd like that you're out there. Like that you're out there. And that you let me know that you're out there. That's even better. I want to continue the Music is Lit segment. And I want to go to another one of my favorite songs. And this is from a group that they call themselves Sly and the Family Stone. And this is from 1969. And the name of the song is Stand. And it's really important to me because back in the day, they had a saying that if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And we don't want to be about that. That's why I encourage you to read and to read widely and to read different things, different authors and different philosophies, because in the final analysis, I want you to be a critical thinker. Don't let people tell you what you should think or what you should do. You come that to your own. And so again, the song Stand. And this is from Sly and the Family Stone, 1969. Stand. In the end, you'll still be you, one that's done all the things you set out to do. Stand. There's a cross for you to bear, things to go through if you're going anywhere. Stand. For the things you know are right. It's the truth. The truth makes them so uptight. Stand. All the things you want are real. You have you to complete, and there is no deal. Stand. You've been sitting much too long. There's a permanent crease in your right and wrong. Stand. There's a midget standing tall and a giant beside him about to fall. Stand. They will try to make you crawl, and they know what you're saying makes sense and all. Stand. Don't you know that you are free? Well, at least in your mind, if you want to be. Everybody stand. Stand. Stand for something. Stand. Ask yourself, what is the thing? What is the thing that you believe in so strongly that you'd be willing to die for it? What is the thing that you believe in so strongly that it motivates you each and every day? Because we talked about the quote of the day, and I like that quote, and I happened to come across it again, and it really spoke to me. A little different this time, because again, it really is so funny. You can read different things, but at different times they come along a little stronger. And the quote of the day is, the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams and act on them every day, passionately striving for success and empowerment. Okay? And that is from Eleanor Roosevelt, former First Lady. And so, again, that was the quote of the day. And so I want to end this this segment, this Music is Lit segment. And then I'm going to go into something very, very special, something that we do from time to time, but we don't do it enough because, we get busy with other things. But I'm glad I have this time with you and me and Engineer Jeff. And so I got a chance to do something a little special this evening, which I want to do. But the last song that I want to read is very important to me, especially when we talk about the book about the three brothers who became doctors, went to school at Seton Hall University, and they became doctors together. We'd love to follow up on them and see what they're doing today. I'm sure they're still being very successful because they decided to come together and become doctors together. And again, man, that's what friends are for, to encourage you, to help you along the way. I remember the song entitled, "He's Not Heavy, He's My Brother." That's something to think about, You sometimes you carry the burdens of your friend like family. I have some friends to be or as close and sometimes even closer than family, because you can't choose your family, but you can choose your friends. And again, I encourage you to develop real friendships, not transactional friendships. Not I give you this and you give me that. No. I want a friendship where I can give. I give not because I want to get something in return, but I give because I can give, because I have the means to do that. And I do that not because I want something back from you. It's because at this point I can. And so again, in the words of Roberta Flack and Donny Hathaway, in the year 1972, they sang together and beautifully a song called "You've Got a Friend." And it reads, "When you're down and troubled and you need some loving care and nothing is going right, close your eyes and think of me, and soon I will be there to brighten up even your darkest night. You just call out my name, and wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you got to do is call, and I'll be there. You got a friend." Ain't it good to know that you got a friend? People can be so cold. They'll hurt you and desert you and take your soul if you let them. Oh, please don't let them. You just call on my name, and wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Look out. Hey, winter, spring, summer, or fall. All you have to do is call, and I'll be there. You've got a friend. Ain't it good to know? Ain't it good to know that you got a friend? I think about Roberta Flack. I think about Donny Hathaway. Both of them are gone. But Donny's legacy lives on in his daughter, Layla Hathaway. She's still performing. She's still traveling around, singing very beautifully. I guess it's in the DNA. But she's carrying on his legacy. And Roberta Flack, we lost her not too long ago. But again, another superstar. And again, I read these songs as poetry, but I think to get the full flavor of the songs, I encourage you to actually. And so today we looked at "Golden" by Jill Scott. We looked at "Stand" by Sly and the Family Stone, and we looked at "You Got a Friend" by Roberta Flack and Donny Hathaway. Now I want to get into something really special. The last part of the program is entitled "Food for Thought," and during this time, sometimes we have a guest. We have a guest poet who does a sort of extended set of poetry, maybe like 10 minutes sometimes. But again, we sort of stretch out. What I'd like to do today, I want to go to our board, okay? Up on the board there, you have Langston Hughes, you have Maya Angelou, you have James Baldwin, you have Nikki Giovanni. On the bottom, you have Amiri Baraka, you have Alice Walker, and you have the Last Poets. And so I have some sound bites from these different people. And what I want to do, I want to share those with you. I want to share those voices with you. And again, it's good to read the poetry that they wrote, but it's even better to hear them read it themselves. And so I want to start with Langston Hughes, and this is a poem entitled "I Too, America."
I too sing America. I am the darker brother. They send me to eat in the kitchen when company comes, but I laugh and eat well and grow strong. Tomorrow I'll be at the table when company comes. Nobody'll dare say to me, eat in the kitchen then. Besides, they'll see how beautiful we are and be ashamed. I too am America.
And that was the great late Langston Hughes. I
too sing America. I am the dark.
I am the darker brother again. But again, I too sing America, and I deserve respect. Langston Hughes. And then we have Maya Angelou.
Life doesn't frighten me. I wrote this poem for all children who whistle in the dark and who refuse to admit that they're frightened out of their wits. Shadows on the wall, noises down the hall. Life doesn't frighten me at all. Bad dogs barking loud, big ghosts in a cloud. That doesn't frighten me at all. Mean old Mother Goose, lions on the loose, they don't frighten me at all. Dragons breathing flame on my counterpane, that doesn't frighten me at all. I go boo, make them shoot. I make fun, way they run. I won't cry, so they fly. I just smile, and they go wild. Life doesn't frighten me at all. Tough guys in a fight, all alone at night. Life doesn't frighten me at all. Panthers in the park, strangers in the dark, no. They don't frighten me at all. That new classroom where boys all pull my hair, they don't frighten me at all. Kissy little girls with their hair in curls, they don't frighten me at all. Don't show me frogs and snakes and listen for my screams. If I'm afraid at all, it's only in my dreams. I have got a magic charm that I keep up my sleeve. I can walk the ocean floor and never have to breathe. Life doesn't frighten me at all, not at all, not at all. Life doesn't frighten me at all.
It's Maya Angelou. Life doesn't frighten me at all. Checking in, have Alicia Walls, have Katrina Madison, and I have my brother Ron McCrae. Alicia Walls says, "Good evening, sir." Katrina Madison says, "Good evening, and yes, never too late or old." Alicia Walls says, "Nice." Ronald C. McCrae, "Yes, I'm watching, just came on. Keep up the great work." Yes, of course. And Alicia Walls says, they're from Newark, right? Yeah, the three doctors are actually from Newark. And so again, it's good. It's good to have those stories of people that are from our neighborhood. So we talk about Newark, Elizabeth, and those times, you know. I call this this segment of the Food for Thought. I call this Voices from the Wall. Voices from the Wall. This is from the wall of respect. we heard Langston Hughes. We heard Maya Angelou. You know, and now I want to let's hear from
What
Mr.
is it
James
you want
Baldwin.
me to reconcile myself to? I was born here almost 60 years ago. I'm not going to live another 60 years. You always told me it takes time. It has taken my father's time, my mother's time, my uncle's time, my brother's and my sister's time, my nieces and my nephew's time. How much time do you want for your progress? What is it you wanted me to reconcile myself to? I was born here almost 60 years ago. I'm not going to live another 60 years. You always told me it takes time. It has taken my father's time, my mother's time, my uncle's time, my brother's and my sister's time, my nieces and my nephew's time. How much time do you want for your progress?
How much time do you want for your progress? That's James Baldwin. And James Baldwin also says that you have to take your freedom. Nobody can give you your freedom. You have to take your freedom. And sometimes freedom may mean different things to different people. Sometimes just the freedom to think the way that you want to think. Just the freedom to read the books that you want to read. You know, that's a beautiful thing. I spend a lot of time at the library, at my local library, you know. And people tease me about that. They call it my second home, but that's okay. I can deal with that. But I know in that library, they always getting new books and so many things that I can learn, and I like to go there. But the point that I'm making is that, you know, take the freedom, man. Take your freedom. Take the freedom to be you. Take the freedom to be the person that you know that you were meant to be. Sometimes we try to seek validation from other people, but I think the best validation is the validation that you find within yourself. I know as we grow up, you know, I know coming to my preteen years, I wanted to be like everybody else because I didn't want to stand out. I'd want to be an oddball. But I find the older that I get, it is beautiful to be who you are and to know yourself so deeply that you enjoy your own company. It's nice to have family and friends around, but it's even better for you to be able to enjoy your own company, because that's where you find out who you are. But again, we can also find friends in books. You know, some of the books that I mentioned tonight, some of the books that you might be reading, and some of the books from the people here on the board. Let's go to the end there, and let's hear something from Nikki Giovanni.
Poetry is a living entity, which means that it must expand its wings, you know, it must fly. I used to dream militant dreams of taking over America to show these white folks how it should be done. I used to dream radical dreams of blowing everyone away with my perceptive powers of correct analysis. I even used to think I'd be the one to stop the riot and negotiate the peace. Then I awoke and dug that if I dreamed natural dreams of being a natural woman, doing what a woman does when she is natural, I would have a revolution. Poetry is a living entity.
That's Nikki Giovanni saying poetry is a living entity. It's alive. It has power, you know, again, and especially when you attack it passionately, which I try to do. And so we look on our wall, it's Langston Hughes, it's Maya Angelou, it's James Baldwin, it's Nikki Giovanni. Coming down to the second row, it's Amiri Baraka, formerly known as Leroy Jones, but you know, when he got into his blackness, into his culture, he adopted the name of Imamu Amiri Baraka. And so let's hear something from a brother that I had some personal time with. I spent some time with him, you know, and got to know him and talk to him and just be in his presence. I mean, it's amazing when you're in the presence of greatness. I got a chance to actually meet Terry McMillan. As a matter of fact, when I was teaching, I began my teaching career at Union County College. She was one of the guests in my class. As a matter of fact, she had written her first book called Mama. and she was reaching out to different schools and to talk about the book. And I knew a friend of hers who said, "Could she come into your class?" I said, "Yeah." And she came in, and we had a great time with Terry McMillan doing her first book. Again, got a chance to see Nikki Giovanni before she passed, in Newark and a concert. I mean, boy, just the greatness, Let's hear something from Imama Baraka.
This is a poem, I guess, that reflects living in Newark, but I guess living in any ghetto. It's called Dope. Ray light, morning fire, lynch yet. Yes, the pain in dreams comes again. Race pain, people are people everywhere. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Are people, yes, people, every people, most people, yeah, most people in pain. Yes, the pain and pain today. Oh wow, it must be the devil. Oh wow, it must be the devil. It must be the devil. It must be the devil. Oh wow, yeah, devil. Oh wow, must be the devil. Must be the devil. Must is be the devil. It can't be Rockefeller. It can't be him, no Lord. It can't be DuPont, no Lord. Can't be no Lord. No way, NASA, no way, Jose. Can't be them rich folks. They's good to us. 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 I know that Master told me so. I see it on Channel 7. I see it on Channel 9. I see it on Channel 4 and 2 and 5. The rich folks good to us, poor folks ain't shit. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Oh wow, everything gonna be different after we die. We ain't gonna be hungry, ain't gonna be pain, ain't gonna be suffering, won't go through this again after we die. Oh wow. After we die, it's all gonna be good. Have all the money we need after we die. Have all the food we need after we die. Have a nice house like the rich folks after we die. After we die, we can live like Reverend Ike after we die. Hallelujah, must be the devil. It ain't capitalism. No, it ain't that. Jimmy Carter wouldn't lie. Life's unfair, but it ain't capitalism. Must be the devil. Oh wow, it ain't the police. Jimmy Carter wouldn't lie. You know Rosalind wouldn't, or Lillian. His drunken racist brother ain't no reflection on Jimmy. Must be the devil got him, I tell you. The devil killed Malcolm and Dr. King too. Even killed both Kennedys and Pablo Neruda. Overthrew Allende's government. Killed Lumumba and is negotiating with Stephen Fetchit. Sleeping, eating Birmingham over there in Salisbury. Going under the name of Ian Smith. Must be the devil. It can't be Vorster. It can't be apartheid. It can't be imperialism. Jimmy Carter wouldn't lie. Then you hear him say in his State of the Union message, I swear on Rosalind's face-lifted Catatonia, I wouldn't lie. Nixon lied. Haldeman lied. Dean lied. Hoover sucked too, but Jimmy don't. Jimmy wouldn't. Jimmy ain't lying. It must be the devil. It must be the devil. Put your money on the plate. It must be the devil. In heaven we'll all be straight. It can't be Rockefeller. He gave Amos Pootbooty a scholarship to Behavior Modification University, and Genevieve Almost White works for his foundation. It must be niggers. It can't be Mellon. He gave Winky Suckass a fellowship in his bank. Put him in charge of closing out mortgages in the low-life Pittsburgh Hill nigger section. It can't be him. Yes, sir. 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 Put your money in the plate. Don't be late. Don't have to wait. You're going to be in heaven after you die. You're going to get all you need once you're gone. Yes, sir. I heard it on the Jeffersons. I heard it on the Rookies. I swallowed it whole on Roots. Wasn't it nice? Wasn't it nice? Slavery was so cool, and all you had to do was wear derbies and vests and train chickens and buy your way free if you had a mind to. Must be the devil. It wasn't the white folks, them lazy niggas chain theyself and threw their own black asses in the bottom of the boats. Well, now that you mention it, there was a certain king ass black Uwasi that helped throw your ass in the bottom of the boat, your mama, your wife, and you never see them no more. It must have been the devil. Give me your money. Put your money in this plate. Heaven will be here soon. You just gotta die. Just gotta stop living. Close your eyes, stop breathing, and bam-o, heaven be here. You have all of what you need. Bam-o, all of a sudden, heaven be here. You have all of what you need. That assembly line you work on will dissolve in thin air. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Just gotta die. Just got.
That has been Mary Baraka. Dina Robinson says, wow, this heavy and deep, wow. You know, again, miss that brother very, very much, very, very much. And You know, the beautiful thing about this program is that we can really encompass so many different types of poets and poetry. Well, the end tonight, man, is gone too quick, gone too fast. I'm about running out of time, but I wanted to share one last poem from the wall there. And this poem is by Alice Walker, known for the novel The Color Purple, but she's also a poet. And this is a poem that she wrote about women. And it's entitled Hope is a Woman Who Has Lost Her Fear. And this is from Alice Walker.
Hope is a woman who has lost her fear. For Sundas Shekhar Saleh, Iraqi mother, with my love. In our despair that justice is slow, we sit with heads bowed, wondering how, even whether, we will ever be healed. Perhaps it is a question only the ravaged, the violated seriously ask. And is that not now almost all of us? But hope is on the way. As usual, hope is a woman herding her children around her, all she retains of who she was. As usual, except for her kids, she has lost almost everything. Hope is a woman who has lost her fear, along with her home, her employment, her parents, her olive trees, her grapes, the peace of independence, the reassuring noises of ordinary neighbors. Hope rises. She always does. Did we fail to notice this in all the stories they've tried to suppress? Hope rises, and she puts on her same unfashionable threadbare cloak, and penniless she flings herself against the cold, polished, protective chainmail of the very powerful, the very rich. Chainmail that mimics suspiciously silver coins and lizard scales. And all she has to fight with is the reality of what was done to her country, her people, her children, her home. All she has as armor is what she has learned must never be done, not in the name of war, and especially never in the name of peace. Hope is always the teacher with the toughest homework. Our assignment, to grasp what has never been breathed in our stolen empire on the hill. Without justice, we will never be healed.
Hope. Hope is a woman who has lost her fear. That's Alice Walker. This has been Poetically Speaking with yours truly, Terry Benjamin. This is the space for the spoken word. This is a place for you to expand your idea, expand your creativity, and maybe even expand your
Hope is a woman who has lost
your
her
love
fear.
of poetry. And we come to you every Thursday and Sunday, and we thank you. We thank you for being out there and encouraging us for being here. And so, until I see you again, this has been Terry Benjamin, and this has been Poetically Speaking. Thank you so much. Have a good evening, and have a happy holiday if I don't get to see you. But hopefully you'll come back for our special show before the holiday. Thank you so much. Good evening. Good evening.